AEW Shockwave, leading to speculation that will be a fourth weekly AEW television show. Now, keep in mind, no one watches 2 of the 3 already. People only watch Dynamite that hovers around 700,000 views average now. So, some clowns online are now suggesting that because WWE SmackDown, they are leaving Fox for USA Network as of next week or whatever. I don't know what I think it might be.
Like Friday. They'll be on.
So
I've
got you. So it's moving to UFC. The AEW Shockwave will somehow take the place of SmackDown. Now, keep in mind that SmackDown was sometimes bringing in, or a lot of the times bringing in, the highest 18 to 49 viewership target demographic, the coveted demographic, more than most, if not all, actual broadcast television shows of the entire week, assuming NFL's not on.
They were doing 2.5 million, like, regularly.
Yeah.
So, and I looked at them one week, it was 2.6 million. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people to watch a wrestling show. Now, years ago, I'm going back a long, long time, they had, between WCW and WWE, they had like 10 million people tuning into wrestling. And they say, well, that's the same people. I don't give a crap. You still got 10 million people between the 2 shows. And that's a lot of advertisers jump up. They would scream from the rooftops to hear those numbers.
Yeah, and do you know why they got rid of SmackDown now? Do you know why SmackDown wasn't worth the money for them?
Why?
Because
wrestling
fans,
aren't coveted.
Exactly. They do not value wrestling fans as a demographic. They value them as low income and not desirable for advertisers.
Well, I think wrestling fans should all get together and just state that we're tired of the discrimination that we have been shown for years. I mean, our slavery days are over. And by God, it's time now that but you know, the thing about wrestling fans is, you think that a lot of well-educated people with titles and degrees and all this, they don't watch wrestling?
Titles?
They will surprise
Baron.
you. Huh?
Like Baron, Viscount.
But, you know, I was talking to a doctor, and he said, oh, I watch that every now and then. But he didn't say that he was a super fan, but he says he takes a few pay-per-views because it's interested him enough to take the pay-per-view. So years ago, Jerry Jarrett told me, he says, you get a sellout when the casual fan decides to buy a ticket. Not the regular fan. The regular fans are going to be there anyway. It's when the casual fans, when you bring them in, they'll buy a ticket. You got to sell out. And I've been in some territories and it's always a pattern. You know, say in Memphis, if Memphis sold out on Monday, you could count on a week later, Louisville, because it was a week late in the distribution of the tape. Louisville would sell out on a Tuesday, and then Evansville would sell out on a Wednesday. Nashville would sell out on Saturday night. So if you had a sellout of Memphis, you could look for at least a month of really good houses. And at one time, believe it or not, Memphis was paying well. You know, if you were making $1,500 a week back in 1981, 82, that's good money. Because you could only make about $200, $300 on a regular job. So you got somewhere that you enjoy doing what you're doing and having a good time.
Memphis Shockwave. How does that sound to you?
Horrible.
Anyway, some people thought that, you know, for some reason AEW would take the place of SmackDown when Fox got rid of SmackDown because, you know, they're not desirable fans to advertise to. So, but
didn't Fox say they paid too much for it to begin with?
Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't recoup the losses. Maybe they couldn't get enough advertisers to buy slots to recoup their expenditure.
Well, you look at the advertisers they have now in WWE. It's not like a damn car dealer down the street. It's national ads, and actually their show is SmackDown. I think has a good show, a really good show. And even when the wrestling was bad, I mean, the content was bad. The advertisers, you know, they were still national brands. So it's not like local people advertising on it. I've never seen a local show, a local ad on SmackDown. I may have, but I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Hey, Meltzer may be right. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Fair enough. Well,
but he should know because he doesn't either. So